If you're looking for the absolute best and brightest LED light bar for your Ford Super Duty, plus you want it to have a seamless and aggressive front end look, the Mark II Paladin Series LED light bar is for you. The Paladin combines American-made CREE LED chips for exceptional brightness, 3 specialized tier lens designs for unmatched beam performance, and a custom amber backlit aviation-grade aluminum housing that delivers premium style, durability, and a premium OEM aesthetic. Our Mark II Paladin bar is custom built for your Ford Super Duty truck, including drill-less brackets, hardware, our custom harness, and switches. The installation is easy, and we're going to show you step by step how it's done right now. For today's installation, we're going to need a size 10 socket. We're going to need 2 13mm wrenches, as well as 2 11mm wrenches. It's helpful to have some needle nose pliers and the F150 LEDs installation toolkit for the pry tools. But if you don't have those, a similar pry tool device will work as well. The first thing that we want to do is remove this top cover. There's about 10 to 12 of these push-in tabs, and we're going to be removing them using the F150 LEDs Easy Installation Toolkit. Now, if you don't have these tools, a similar tool like a flathead screwdriver can also get the job done. These just make it a little easier. So let's go ahead and remove these. Now we need to remove these 2 push-in compression tabs. Now we need to remove these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts. There's a 10mm bolt located behind this cover that we need to remove. So just take a flathead screwdriver, I'm just going to pry this cover off and pull away. That's going to expose that 10mm bolt, and then we're going to go ahead and remove that, and then we'll do the same thing for our driver's side. Now that we've got all our bolts removed, we'll be able to pull the grill away from the truck. All right, so it's held on right now by compression tabs. There's some compression tabs here at the top, as well as 4 more here at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the top, pulling away from the truck. And it'll sound almost like something's breaking because of those compression tabs, but don't worry, nothing is breaking. So let's go ahead and grab from the top, and I'm gonna pull back, just like so. So now our top is released. Our 4 bottom tabs are still attached. One thing to take note, this truck is not equipped with a front-facing camera. But if you got a front-facing camera or a washer fluid line, you can reach back and disconnect the cable at this point before the grill is free. And that will allow you to just move the grill where you want to take it. If you don't want to disconnect your lines, you can remove the grill and then just set it right up on top of the engine bay compartment. So the compression tabs, let's see, we still got one attached here. Pulling away, there you go. So we're totally free. The grill is not very heavy across all the trim types. We're just gonna set our grill right up on the engine bay for now. And that will expose our opening so that we can get to our bar install. Next, we need to remove this plastic shroud around our tow hook covering. That's gonna give us access to our mounting location. So this is just held in with compression tabs, so you'll be able to just pull it directly away from the truck. These alligator clips will let loose from these mounting tabs. So to mount our custom bracket, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this long portion of the bracket over the top of the bumper, and then we're gonna reach up through this area where we just removed this cover, and you're gonna see there's a hole here. Once we've got our bracket lined up with that opening, we'll take our included hardware here, and we'll run it through the opening and through the bracket. And then we'll use our size 11 socket and wrench here to tighten the bracket in place. Now that we've got our bracket secured to the truck, we'll repeat for our driver's side. With our bracket secure, now we can put our tow hook covers back in place. Now we can get our grill here reinstalled. I'm just gonna line it up here on the front, and then I'm gonna do these bottom 4 tabs first. And then we'll be able to push on the top. Now our front grill is back in place, and we'll be able to replace our 10mm bolts and our cover here. When you're reinstalling your covers, make sure you note that there's a inside first. So go ahead and put that in and then pop. Now we can reinstall the 4 10mm bolts that we removed earlier. With our 4 bolts back in, now we can put our compression tabs back in. Before we get our bar mounted to the truck, we need to go ahead and attach these brackets to the bar itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop our larger bolt here in the bracket, and then I'm just gonna lift our bar up, and I'm just gonna hand tighten our 2 side bolts here to the bar itself. Don't forget to use the included lock washer and washer for these side bolts. And if you notice, we're gonna mount it here in the taller 2 channels here on our L bracket. We're just gonna hand tighten them to about 80%. We can get them fully tight once we get this bar on the truck and have it adjusted exactly how we want it. Now we're ready to set our bar onto our brackets. So first I'm just gonna go ahead and feed our harness here back into this grill opening, because then we'll be able to more easily reach in and pull it up the grill to connect it to our harness. But first, or what we want to do now, I should say, is we want to set our bolts here into the brackets. So I'm going to start on this side, like so, and then I'm going to come over here on the driver's side and line this one up, like so, and then carefully angle your bar up. Now it should stay in place so that we can put pressure here on this bolt, and then we're going to take our lock washer, our nut, and come up from underneath. Just again, want to get it about 90% hand tight right there, and then we'll come back over here on our driver's side. We're going to do the same thing. Take our lock washer, our nut. Okay. Now that we've got the brackets installed and the bar on, now we can make our adjustments. So you'll notice there's an opening here in our L bracket. That way the bar can slide left and right so that we can make sure it's centered here with this Ford logo. Once we've got our bar perfectly center aligned with our Ford logo, let's go ahead and secure our L brackets to our custom brackets here on the bumper using 2 size 13mm wrenches. We'll move over to our driver's side, do the same thing. Now that we've got those secure, now we'll be able to use the included Allen wrench to secure our side bolts. So you'll notice how our brackets are built. They have these channels allowing not only you to pull the bar away from the grill, but also to adjust the angle. So you've got full control here of placement of your bar. And you'll notice the curvature of the bar almost perfectly aligns with the grill. And that's by design, because you want that seamless, clean look. But you do want to be careful because you don't want the bar to be resting up against the grill. You just want a close fit. So don't get close, but leave yourself a little gap. But once you've got it set how you want it, we'll take our included Allen wrench and tighten our bar in place. Now we're going to grab our connector, our harness connector for the bar. There's actually a large enough opening for me to just reach my arm in and grab it. But if you've got larger arms or can't quite get in, you can use long needle nose pliers to grab it. You can even use like a coat hanger or a grab tool. But like I said, this opening is large enough for my arm to pretty easily fit in. So I'm just gonna reach in and grab our connector. Once you've got your connector pulled through, what we're gonna do, you wanna feed it through this latch opening, because this opening we used here is gonna be covered once we put our plastic valence back on. So once it's pulled through like that, we'll just kind of set it, lay it over the side, and now we can get our top valence cover back on. Now that we've got our cover back in place and our connector here, we can move on to installing our harness. The first thing that we're gonna do to hook up our harness is we're gonna take our positive, this red lead, and then we're gonna take the black, which is gonna be our ground lead, and we're gonna connect them to our battery terminal. So we're gonna take a 10mm socket here. We're just gonna loosen up the nut on that terminal. And then we are going to attach our positive ring around that terminal, and then we'll put our nut back on. Make sure that you want to make sure that that nut is fully tight, and then we're going to repeat here for our ground side. Now we'll be able to go connect our harness to our light connector. Okay guys, we made it to the last step of our install, and that is hooking up our switches. So at this point, you're gonna have a few different options, and you're gonna wanna take notice of the color wires included in each of these switches. So there's two switches, two switch wires, one for your primary light. So that's gonna be your bright beam for your LED bar. And that is gonna be the switch wire that has the blue here in the middle. And then the switch wire that has the white here in the middle, that's gonna be for your backlighting, the amber backlighting for your Paladin bar. So options for your switches, you have several. A lot of times for the backlighting, we will tie it directly into the side marker light of your truck so that your backlighting will automatically come on whenever your side marker lights are on. A lot of times we use our easy headlight accessory connector. It's a plug and play connector that plugs right into your connector on your side marker light and allows you to take this switch lead, which has the red wire, and allows you to plug it directly in to that headlight accessory connector. Extremely easy. Another thing that you can do with this connector is you can plug it into your switch, and then you can tie this directly to an auxiliary switch if your truck is equipped with those using our easy adapters. Today, what we want to show you is utilizing our standard in-cab switch. We have prior videos that show how to use the headlight accessory connector, show how to use the auxiliary connections, but in today we just want to show you this in-cab switch because you might not have the accessory connector, or your truck might not have auxiliary switches. So today we're going to show you how to hook both your primary lighting up and your accessory backlighting using this primary in-cab switch. Okay, to get our switch leads inside the cab, there's a circular grommet that we can peel back that will allow access for our switch leads to go into the cab. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but you'll be able to peel it back. Sometimes like a flathead screwdriver helps. It's already peeled back. Let me get out of the way, see if the camera can capture it. It's right through there. You'll see like a circular, and you'll see a harness lead already running through it. Now, once we feed our leads through that, we'll be able to reseal that grommet. And we want to make sure that we do reseal it. So I'm going to go ahead and feed our switch leads in, and then we'll reseal that grommet, and I'll meet you on the other side inside the cab of the truck. So these are our two switch leads that we just ran through that circular grommet, and now they're inside the cab of the truck. So we're going to take these interior cab switches, and you see that they have the mating connector, and I'm going to run them down the steering column. So there's opening, clearing here, and I'm just going to run and feed that wire through, and then I'm going to reach up the back side and see if I can grab it just like that. So now I'm Got one, and now I'm going to take the secondary, or the second switch, do the exact same thing. Okay, now I've got both my connectors fed through, and I'm going to go ahead and connect them to the switch. Remember, the switch with the white in the middle is going to be your backlight. And the switch with the blue in the middle is going to be your primary light. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mount these switches right here on this flat spot under the ignition. I'm just going to remove the adhesive protector there. You just want to firmly press about 15 seconds. And then once we get our switches set right here, we'll be able to feed this extra wiring down, and then we'll be able to make sure again that our rubber grommet is sealed, and use the included zip ties that came with your LED bar to clean up any extra harness and clean it up in the engine bay. It'll make it look nice and make sure that nothing's going to impede any mechanical function. But other than that, we have now completed the install of our Mark II Paladin LED light bar. All right guys, that's all there is to installing our CREE XM-L Mark II Paladin Series LED light bar on your Ford Super Duty truck. This is going to fit all 23 and up Super Duty models regardless of trim, and we absolutely guarantee that you're going to love it. It's going to make you safer, it's going to improve your driving performance, especially at night and those early mornings. Plus, it adds a seamless and aggressive look that looks fantastic on your Super Duty truck. You can check it out right now at F150LEDs.com, where you'll find all of our custom-built LED lighting products made specifically for your Ford Super Duty truck. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube below and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at F150LEDs. We truly appreciate your support, and we can't wait to serve you soon at F150LEDs.com. Thanks, guys.